You the type to get slapped and pushed in the head. All right, let me go ahead and get into it. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let's go get into it. So, the French president's wife apparently is slapping him. The French president's wife. I couldn't believe it when I seen it. I said that gotta be AI. Gotta be AI. Let me go ahead and get into this show. Where my screen at? Present my screen. Yeah, let's get into it, y'all. Apparently, this is what happened to the French president. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let's rock, y'all. Oh, no. Dog, you telling me that the French president can't even keep his chick under control? She mushed him with two hands. She mushed him. She mushed him with two hands. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Don't touch me. 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 Dog, I'm not dealing with this. No, that is so embarrassing. That's not AI. That's not AI at all. And then he tried to play it off. Hell no. And then they had to put on a good front right after that. And then he stuck his hand out and she wouldn't grab his hand. Or she wouldn't put her hand under his arm. And then he tried to play it off. Yo, if you can't control your chick, I don't think that you fit to be a president. If you can't control your chick, I don't think that you're fit to be president. What is up with all of these leaders, women embarrassing them? What's wrong with y'all? I think that the next president, well, maybe I think JD Vance will probably want to become president of the United States of America. At some point, the next president has to be one of the next presidents, the future presidents before my lifetime. I predict that it is going to be a single man. I predict that it is going to be a single man. Y'all said it's not a chick. Well, I don't know that. I hear a lot of people say that they did research that Candace Owens is being sued because of her conspiracy theories. I don't know. I didn't watch the episode. So the only thing, and I've never actually heard the chick talk. So the only thing that I can assume is that it is a woman. I have to go with the assumption because I haven't done the research and I don't have anything to prove otherwise. So with that being said, here is the thing. If you can't control your chick, then you should not be president of the United States of America. I see Barack Obama being disrespected. It seemed like every other episode that your chick got a podcast. I see Emmanuel Macron being disrespected. Come on, family. Ladies, why do y'all think that this is cool? This is cute. If your chick is embarrassing you in public, you got to figure out how to let her be for the streets, bro. You might have to let her go. You might have to leave her to her own devices. Don't try to convince her. You're not going to convince her. Let me tell you something right now. If a woman disrespects you, if she disrespects you publicly, let me revise that. Because people have arguments. People have, I'm not saying that a woman ain't going to get unruly. That's not what I'm saying. All women are unruly because that's just the nature of women. But if she disrespects you publicly, that is the ultimate no-no. That is the ultimate no-no. You cannot have an extension of you disrespecting you in public. Real talk. I can't have that. I don't think that that's kosher. I think that that is 100% disrespectful. And what kind of argument are you guys having to where she feels compelled to be able to put her hands on you in public?
Emmanuel Macron has been humiliated by his very own wife in front of the eyes of the world. Yes, shocking footage has emerged overnight of the French president Emmanuel Macron being brutally slapped and shoved by his wife and First Lady Brigitte just before disembarking his plane in Vietnam. The internet went into meltdown with the bizarre display. This commentator said, "Macron, blink twice if you need help." Journalist Miranda Devine had a different take, celebrating the incident. She said, "Looks like Brigitte Macron, 72, is as sick of her smug man-child husband, Emmanuel, 47."
Wait, what? Bridget is 72? What? She's more than 25 years older than him? What the fuck is going on here? No, that can't be true. She's 72 years old? Why would he marry a woman that's 72 and he's 47? All right, something is wrong here. Something is genuinely wrong here. Something is off. No way. No way.
As the rest of the world is. Viva la France. But not everyone took this as lightly as Devine. This commentator used the footage to shine a light on domestic violence, saying, "Imagine for one moment if Macron pushed his wife in the face like this. Imagine. Domestic abuse against men is common and widely ignored. All violence is unacceptable." And there wasn't only tension on the plane. Macron attempted to cover up the spat by offering his arm to his wife, which she swiftly rejected, leading to a very awkward walk down the stairs. Commentator Candace Owens mocked the situation, saying, "After first calling it Russian disinformation, Emmanuel Macron has now pivoted and is telling the press that he and his 80-year-old husband were play fighting.
Oh, that is the most savage tweet that I've seen in a long time. You know what? Of all the people in the world, that you could possibly beef with, the last person that you ever want to beef with is probably Candace Owens. This woman has no turn off switch on her, no filter. Good God.
Play fight with a senior citizen. Also, Brigitte refused his hand coming down the stairs. And eagle-eyed viewers pointed out that Emmanuel Macron was not happy about the public display of humiliation, clenching his fists in rage on the tarmac. And perhaps the most bizarre part of the whole ordeal is how Emmanuel Macron attempted to cover up the argument to the world's media after the footage was released. The president tried to make everyone believe the couple were just horsing around and pretend fighting. He said, "I was bickering, or rather joking, with my wife. It's nothing." His office also released a statement saying he was having a laugh with Brigitte. It was a moment when the president and his wife were relaxing one last time before the start of the trip by having a laugh. it was a moment of closeness. But no one seems to be buying the excuse, with this person saying,
Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. I wouldn't advise it. And if the French president again can't control his chick, then what hope is it for the rest of the world? But the French, they're a little bit more sassy. Yeah, French. You know what? They asked me if I wanted to take French classes in high school, and I said, no, I don't want to take no French classes. Ain't them dudes kind of soft? Ain't they kind of soft? I don't want to take no French classes in high school, man. What do you think this is? I'm not interested in kicking it with French people. Yeah. Mm-mm. Wasn't Pepe Le Pew? Wasn't Pepe Le Pew French trying to get the skunk? Or no. Pepe Le Pew was the skunk trying to get the other one, right? Because we like chocolate. You have to make some Paris. You want to go to Paris? Nah, that's not how they talk. What do you mean that's not how they talk? How do they talk then?